The most important thing you as a leader can give your direct reports is time. In order to develop your people from where they are to where they have never been, you must spend quality, structured time with your direct reports, getting to know them personally, listening to their needs and ideas, developing a plan for their personal growth, understanding how they are leading their teams and how you can help them do a better job of it. We live in a fast-paced, demanding world, and time is a difficult thing to give. Time is certainly your most valuable resource. The time you spend with your direct reports is an investment that will reap tremendous rewards for you and them. Bowen Engineering expects all employees in operations and support departments to set aside 1 hour per month to meet with each direct report for one-to-one meetings. These one-to-one meetings can cover a variety of topics, but to get the most value out of them, the focus should not be on routine day-to-day issues, but rather on high-impact issues to the employee and to Bowen. For you to conduct effective one-to-ones with your direct reports, consider these 4 steps. Schedule 1 hour per month of quality, protected time with each of your direct reports. You should not conduct your one-to-ones more than once a month. Otherwise, these meetings tend to drift to more tactical, day-to-day issues. Set up the meetings 6 months to a year in advance in Outlook or on your calendar. During the one-to-ones, do not accept any phone calls or interruptions. This may sound obvious, but if you don't schedule the one-to-ones, they simply will not happen. When you try to conduct them on the fly, job site emergencies and daily distractions always win out. Your direct reports must prepare an agenda for each meeting. If they aren't prepared, don't conduct the meeting. The agenda should contain no more than 4 to 8 key items. Address Bowen strategy. Provide an update on personal career development plans. Contain at least one opportunity. Remember to work their agenda and not yours. This doesn't mean that you can't bring things up that need to be addressed, but you will get much better results by acting as a resource to your direct reports versus dominating the discussion. You should let the direct report do 80% of the talking. With this 80-20 split, the direct report will perceive that the airtime between the two of you was equal. Remember, good leaders are good listeners. Most of us do not possess good listening skills. We are programmed to jump in and solve problems. But the only way for you to build trust with your direct reports and teach them to solve problems for themselves is by listening to them. Challenge them to bring you options of how to solve their problems for themselves. Do not teach your direct reports to bring you problems for you to solve. When you listen to their ideas, opinions, and potential solutions, especially before you weigh in, you give your direct reports a chance to increase their contribution and problem-solving skills. Conclude your one-to-one meetings by mutually agreeing on future action steps, with deadlines and expected outcomes. These include major action items that will be completed in the next 30 to 60 days. Get the employee to start thinking about his or her career path, including goals of where the employee wants to be in 1, 2, and 3 years out. Remember that the one-to-one process is a journey to get employees from where they are now to where they have never been. Write these action items and goals down and review them at next month's one-to-one meeting to see where the employee is on the roadmap to their future. In 2003, President Jed Holt introduced the practice of developmental one-to-one meetings with his direct reports at Bowen Engineering. Current President Doug Bowen has continued this practice and is on a mission to expand developmental one-to-one meetings throughout the entire Bowen organization.
One-on-ones are great tools to transform great ideas into great action. When you encourage and enable the growth of those around you, you're truly embodying the core value of genuine concern for other people. Your direct reports will become more valuable to you and the company by making the investment in doing the one-on-one meetings. You will also develop a reputation for developing talent and developing leadership within your teams. And that'll send a huge message to folks around the company that they want to be part of your team. And developing leaders may be the single most important skill that you can develop as a leader. Another really important tool is the dashboard. I think it's a great way for you to learn the important things that are of real value to your subordinates and your peers. And the more you know about what makes them tick, the more you can communicate with them on an effective level. One other hidden asset in the one-on-ones is it really creates a forum to communicate prior to the storm really hitting, if you will. We all know that when we communicate challenges too late in the game, the ability to really affect and change the outcome and create a positive outcome is rapidly diminished. So I think it really opens the dialogue and the communication early in the game, and you can get more people involved to solve those challenges.
Let's hear from 3 members of the Bowen team that are making the one-to-one coaching process an integral part of their growth formula.
It's a chance for me to be a part of growing Steve, and I think it's a big assistance to him and to me to be able to find out what kind of things they struggle with.
I think it's kind of it's a learning and a counseling session. For instance, Joe, tell him about different situations that bother me, then he'll come back and explain how he's dealt with the same situation before. I would say Bowen differs from other organizations in their way of communication by being very open. I would say I benefit the most being able to actually have some one-on-one time and be able to talk about how he's doing, how things are going, if he's having any problems, needs more work, less work, if he's overloaded or not, what challenges he wants me to give him and that he thinks that he can accept.
Well, one of the more important things, and one of the things I get out of the one-on-ones, is we're able to focus on what I can do better. We discuss my future quite a bit at our one-on-one meetings. We discuss how I can grow in the company and what things I need to do that. And a lot of advice is given by Duke on this. He can tell me things that he's done in the past, some of his past experiences, maybe some of the mistakes that he's made, and kind of help me so that I don't have to make the same mistakes.
Here are some tips to make the one-to-one mentoring process enjoyable and effective. For each direct report, use the multi-tab one-to-one folder that is provided by Bowen's HR department. This binder includes a copy of the employee's predictive index, blank Bowen one-to-one meeting agendas, copies of past one-to-one meetings and action items, a copy of the employee's Lifeline dashboard, a copy of the employee's balanced scorecard, and a copy of Bowen's tips for one-to-one meetings. Incorporate safety discussion into every one-to-one meeting. Look for the real issues that might be holding an employee back from their development. An example might be an employee who is overwhelmed with rebar shop drawings, when the real issue might be learning to manage their time, learning to delegate, or dealing with conflict. Develop thought-provoking questions to keep the one-to-ones meaningful, such as, "What is driving you crazy?" and then spin the conversation into a constructive discussion. Have your direct reports give you a brief summary of major issues in the one-to-ones with their direct reports to help drive one-to-ones into Bowen's culture. After each one-to-one meeting, reflect on what was discussed and provide or steer your direct reports to resource information which will help with their development, such as books, CDs, and articles. To reinforce the value of one-to-ones, provide more experienced foremen and project engineers with the opportunity to conduct one-to-ones with their younger counterparts.
To me, Christ's model was the best. He had quite a few disciples, but he had 12 guys that he really poured himself out into, and everything he did was to make those guys the best team that they could be. And that involved teaching at times, that involved him being an example, that involved one-on-one talks, a lot of things. And for me, that's the same thing. I want my players to know that I'm not the one that's here trying to be out front, trying to get all the rewards of our business, but I'm really here to help make them the best team that they can be. And that is going to involve working as hard as I can, hours studying the other teams, getting our game plans ready, doing everything I can for them so they can play well. But it's more than that. It's being involved, being there, being a sounding board for them, trying to help their families out, anything that can help them be better at what they do, then I'm here to provide that.